out on the streets with my head in my hands. I've got no plans, only to see you again. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I like being kicked on the ground. I'm not that strong, but then I come to my senses. Yeah, I'm coming. You can feel my power, and I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel don't be afraid. Don't do that man with the scar on his face. It's a charade. It's just the way you've been living. Yeah! I'm coming. You can feel my power. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me, yeah. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me, yeah. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me, yeah. And I
Hi everyone, Dan here, and I just wanted to put a little snippet about AstroWorld and what we do. I want to start getting the word out because I think it's becoming more and more of a giant community, and I want to get the word out to some people. So what we do at AstroWorld is we hold Astro Wednesdays at 9 p.m. and Fridays at p.m. Eastern Time. And we do forecast photography. Wednesday's more of a kind of advanced intermediate, and Fridays is more of a newbie kind of. So if you want to check us out, and if you want to, hang out with some semi-decent people that like to go off the rails a little bit and have fun while they're doing it, come check us out at AstroWorldWeb.com, and you can check out the schedule, and you can sign up for all the free giveaways that we do. We just gave away an Eagle 4 Pro, an Optimal filter kit, Charles Brackenstein's books, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So come to AstroWorldWeb.com, hang out with us, have a good time, and as always, remember to keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
All right. Yeah, where did my color go? Got your head in the sand. You can't be in control, using a powerful hand. I wanna be ya, I wanna see ya. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to tell me, don't try to say it's too late. Don't want to push me to the edge, let me in the corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hide a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue, yeah. All right. Cat learns to ring a bell. Rat gets free from the maze. We can be taught to love. We've got to learn a new way. I wanna see you, I wanna be you. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to tell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue, yeah. I wanna be, I wanna see, don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. Push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hide a little color, it's black and white and blue. Yeah, black and white and blue. You know, black and white on the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to on my telescope now. Get what's wrong with this thing. Lost ranger, can I break this spell? One thing right, who I make you two things wrong. A woman that's my line, who I will always take you for. If I just do the left, watch it lead from the right. I sleep all that long, and then I'm breathing through the night. I've seen a lot of bankers, and I've seen a lot of cops. I've seen a lot of lawyers pull out all of the stops. I've seen a lot of children with their parents in their hands. I've felt a lot of women who refuse to understand. And I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take the world for granted. I just want to get right back to guitar players planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muckers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take all your money and whatever else bring. And I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. Making such a fuss, and I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. 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 Guitar Players Planet.
Are you ready for the next solar eclipse? October, annular eclipse. Oh. Don't let your glasses fall off when there's a solar eclipse. You might hurt yourself. Let's try that again. Are you ready for the next solar eclipse? Are you ready for it? October 14th this year is an annular eclipse, followed by April, another total solar eclipse, and you can get your own branded AstroWorld telescope solar glasses made by American Paper Optics today on the website, AstroWorldTelescopes.com, or give me a call, 516-273-3771. and we can get you a set of 4 of these for $9.99. Come on down again, AstroWorldTelescopes.com, and keep imaging as long as you don't have a solar shade on. Keep educating in clear skies, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Seems to me that I have lost my friend. Catching sunset on the highway again. Did I get lost on a long summer day? I must go back before it's too late. You're afraid you're feeling alone. Time and space can never hold. The holidays can ring in your fear. The ghostly embrace can only mean tears. And I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back for lands of blue. Oh, na 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 na. Sitting at the lake, I'm feeling confused, but I had my guitar, so I played this tune. But I'm afraid of what I do, that I'm not ready to be back. Seems to me that I've lost my friend. It's gotta mean something. It's gotta. So here I am, out on the streets with my head in my hands. I've got no plans, only to see you again. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I like being kicked on the ground. I'm not that strong, but then I come to my senses. Yeah, I'm coming. You can feel my power, and I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel Don't be afraid. Don't do that man with the scar on his face. It's a charade. It's just the way you've been living. Yeah! I'm coming. You can feel my power. And I feel what is real when she feels it. And I feel what is real when she feels me. Yeah. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me. Yeah. And I feel what is real when she feels me. And I feel what is real when she feels me. Yeah. And I
Hi everyone, Dan here, and I just wanted to put a little snippet about AstroWorld and what we do because I want to start getting the word out because I think it's becoming more and more of a giant community, and I want to get the word out to some other people. So what we do at AstroWorld is we hold astrophotography chats on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. and Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And we just talk astrophotography. Wednesday's more of a techie kind of advanced intermediate, and Fridays is more of a newbie kind of thing. So if you want to check us out, and if you want to, hang out with some semi-decent people that like to go off the rails a little bit and have fun while they're doing it, come check us out at AstroWorldWeb.com, and you can check out the schedule, and you can sign up for all the free giveaways that we do. We just gave away an Eagle 4 Pro, an Optilong filter kit, Charles Brackenstein's books, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So come to AstroWorldWeb.com, hang out with us, have a good time, and as always, remember to keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Where did my color go? Got your head in the sand. You can't be in control using a powerful hand. I wanna be ya, I wanna see ya. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hide a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue. Yeah. Cat learns to ring a bell. Rat gets free from the maze. We can be taught to love. We've got to learn to wait. I wanna see you, I wanna be you. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shadows. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue. Yeah. I wanna be, I wanna see, don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. Push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Yeah, black and white and blue. You're going black and white on the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue. What the hell's wrong with my telescope now? Damn, what's wrong with this thing?
You're the lost Lone Ranger. Can I break this spell? making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take you for your money, I'm whatever else spring. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. 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 Guitar Players Planet.
Are you ready for the next solar eclipse? October, annular eclipse. Up. Don't let your glasses fall off when there's a solar eclipse. You might hurt yourself. Let's try that again. Are you ready for the next solar eclipse? Are you ready for it? October 14th this year is an annular eclipse, followed by April, another total solar eclipse, and you can get your own branded AstroWorld telescope solar glasses made by American Paper Optics today on the website, AstroWorldTelescopes.com, or give me a call, 516-273-3771, and we can get you a set of 4 of these for $9.99. Come on down again, AstroWorldTelescopes.com, and keep imaging as long as you don't have a solar shade on. Keep educating. Thanks, guys. I will see you next time.
Seems to me that I have lost my friend. Got the sunset off the highway again. Then I get lost on a long summer day. I must go back before it's too late. You're afraid, you're feeling alone.
We made it.
I made it. We made it. We made it.
It's Wednesday night, and of course, it's AstroWorld Wednesday.
Yes.
It's AstroWorld Hump Day.
AstroWorld Wednesday.
It's Hump Day.
Wednesday.
Oh man. So we got 2 hurting people. Eric a little bit more so than myself, but I'm having allergy issues. Eric's having back issues. You know, we had a big windstorm here about 3 or 4 days ago. My next door neighbor calls me and says, "Hey, Dan, you mind taking that like 25-foot vertical branch out of your tree before it falls and hits my car?" I said,
What?
apparently one of the branches broke and went vertical and got stuck in the tree. So it's literally like hanging over his car, getting ready to just fall and smash. But
Oh man.
so I go on my little dinky like step ladder and I'm not paying attention and I miss a step and the second step slams me in the kneecap. So my knee's smashed. Your back is shot.
My back is just screwed.
Ugh.
Oh
And
man,
you just had
we're
that
all
neck surgery last year too, right?
huh?
Did you have like back or neck surgery last year?
No, actually that is supposed to happen next month.
Oh,
But
I thought that you've been
with
going
this
through
whole
stuff with that for like over a year. I remember
yeah,
you
I
talking
have
about,
been.
yeah,
They gave me injections
that's what it
and stuff
was. That's
like
what it
that.
was.
They gave me injections, but now we were supposed to have surgery next month. But with this going on with my lower back, I'm going to talk to my orthopedic surgeon, and we're probably going to put it on hold, and I'll deal with this. Trying to get some comfort and dealing with this,
Wow.
and then we'll deal with the pain in the neck.
Got the pain in the neck, you got a pain in the ass, you got a pain.
That is not and the pain in the neck that is not Dan or my kids.
I like the way that he ranked them. The bigger pain in the ass was on the top. So, so,
Oh,
so
nothing but love, bro. Nothing but love.
absolutely, absolutely. But
Hey, I'm happy for another week of AstroWorld
yep,
TV. Catching up with everybody. I know you had the big Islanders game.
I
In the
did, I
Diamond
did.
Suite.
Let me
You
tell you,
know,
what a night! I gotta tell you, I'm sorry. I'm glad I can't. I was having struggle. I was struggling with canceling the show for it. I'm like, oh man,
shut up, Torin.
I got. Shut up, man. Shut up. But I was definitely struggling with it but my friend got really good like his company seats, and so it was a dime thing. Everyone's got one, so it's like box seats. It's like 4 sections on the
Yeah,
first level that you walk up into the dime lounge. I didn't even know dime was a thing anymore. I thought the dime bank went bye years ago, but apparently it's not. And let me tell you, I ate like a freaking slob. I'm telling you,
I
I was
bet
like,
you did. It's
oh
free
man,
food.
I had pizza. They had anything from like chicken nuggets to sushi, and it was everything. It was
Can you
all
imagine that? That's just to think about that. Chicken nuggets on one end, sushi and spring rolls
oh,
and
they had
California rolls on the other,
everything,
and
fresh
everything
sushi,
in between.
unbelievable. But beer and wine were free, and liquor wasn't. But I mean, that's okay. But
It's
but we had an awesome time. And you know what? When you think about it, I looked at the cost of the seats. Right, the
yeah.
seats were about $280 a piece.
Okay.
Okay,
That's still wow, but okay.
well, let's put it in perspective now. I usually don't. I'm spoiled brat when it comes to games. When I go see a game, I don't sit in the boonies. I know where I want to sit, and those seats are about 220 a pop on average. Okay.
Okay.
Now you add in food and drinks and whatever, you're at $60 each. You may as well spend and get the time. You can walk in and out and get food every other period. There's no wait for the bathrooms. You don't have to deal with idiots in the hallways and everything. It's
Yeah.
great. It's
It's
great. It's really good. But
but
anyway,
yeah. Glad you had
that's
a good time. I'm glad you had a
yeah,
good time. Thank you to everybody, for chiming in, well wishes, all of that stuff. Yeah, it's just it's been a rough week or two,
yeah, for
dealing with
you, man.
this lower lumbar that's moved to the sciatic nerve. and then it goes right down my left leg down towards my feet. So I
That's
had
a
an MRI today, and so I'll know what the results are next week. But then I'm also, like I said, I'm going to talk to my orthopedic surgeon about because I was supposed to have a disc replacement in my C4, 5, and 6,
oh, that's scary.
and they were going to do a just not a fusion, but an actual disc replacement, so I
Yeah.
could be outpatient and still get range of
Well,
motion.
is
and
it that injection foam kind of stuff that they put in there and it solidifies and it pushes?
It's, I don't know, but it's titanium. They're
Oh,
titanium
okay.
discs, I think.
Yeah.
And you get all that taken care of. And then you get, and it's all outpatient. So you can have range of motion back and all of that, which is great.
Nice.
But now I've got to deal with this whole lower lumbar and sciatic issue.
Yeah, it goes from the middle of your
And who
back
knows?
to your leg.
It's just, yeah, so I don't know where exactly, because they did X-ray, they saw bone, a couple spurs and stuff like that, but you can't see nerve really
No.
or muscle in an X-ray.
Nope.
So that's why they did the MRI this morning, and we'll find out. We'll just find out how it all goes. I ordered new chairs. I've got lumbar support right now. I've been doing physical therapy now since for the past couple of days. I'm doing all of the exercises, and everybody tells me it's just, if anybody, I know we're just harping on instead of really focusing on AP, but I'll just say this.
Hey, we do life. We do life too.
We do life.
Okay.
We do life. And I will say this. I know a lot of us are older in the community, like our ages, maybe a little bit older, maybe a little bit younger. Take care of your bodies. Take care. Do all of that. Do all of the twists or the stretches rather. All that stuff. Just do your best to take care of yourself, because you only get one body. You only get one vertebra. One set of this, one set of that. Just do the best you can. And I know me being in IT, sometimes I get into like those sedentary, jobs where you're just sitting at a desk, but you got to get up, move around, exercise, even if it's a little bit, just to get flexibility back.
No, people tell me that all the time.
I have absolutely no flexibility. That's one of the biggest things. Here I am, in my 30s and 20s, I was fantastic.
We all were.
And then the kids come along. Then you get the kids, and then and then you get the real job, and you're doing the running around, punching the clock, the rat race, cubicles, this, that, and the other.
I'm telling you, it's not easy. It's not
slow
easy.
down. You just simply slow down. So.
Well, I don't know about the kids thing. I'm childless.
I know. So we want to talk about AP, and all of a sudden you walk into a show like
you talk about X-ray,
everything, and I was like, if you're taking care of your bodies, it's like, what the hell are you guys talking about? Oh no. God, no.
No,
God, I can only imagine.
I have not given birth.
No, I've got 7 sisters.
Yeah.
And four of them have already had kids, and I have 3 of my own. And I know, God bless the moms. God bless you guys.
Although I do have to say, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I had something that's probably just as painful as giving natural childbirth, and that is a spinal tap. If you've ever had a spinal tap, it's a very short piece of time compared to childbirth, but it hits every nerve in your entire body at the same time.
Oh God.
It is so bad. It is the most painful thing I've ever been through. I've broken bones. I got 12 stitches on my forehead from getting my head slammed by a swing when I was 3. It explains a lot. Yeah, I know. But painful stuff, but I'm just telling you, it's bad stuff. But
But hey, the main thing is that we're here.
yep,
We do have even
we have old
the
news to talk about.
the health we have right now. Hey, I'll take this versus the alternative. So we have our health, we have our families, we have everything. The holidays are coming up. I mean, we're good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna complain.
No, you know what? It's just it's no, not meningitis. And if you want to know about my personal history, we'll talk about it. But maybe that's a really long and involved story. And for those of you that know me, know what I'm talking about. I'm okay now. Everything's fine since I was 7, but it was a rough childhood, I'll tell you that. But that being said, let's get on the board here and talk
Yes,
about
yes.
really what I'm talking about. And Eric, if you decide that you need to get up and stretch or something, just do what you got to do.
I'll let you guys know. But
Do
right
what you got to do.
now, I'll do what I got to do. But I've got some nice lumbar support here with the nice new chair and everything. So, hey, Ernie,
You got to get a pole in the background. You could do some pole dancing.
Y'all don't want to see me doing that. Yeah, trust me. Y'all don't want me pulling a magic mic. Trust me.
But I want to talk about something a little bit, and it's something that I came up against with a customer today. Now, let's I know it's not newbies night, but let's just talk about this for a second, because it's super important. And for those of you that are in there or that know a little bit about like troubleshooting, IT troubleshooting, especially if you're not troubleshooting your own stuff, but troubleshooting for somebody else. And it's super important not only to ask the right questions as the troubleshooter, but to give the right answers and enough information that the troubleshooter could make suggestions on how to fix your problem. Here's the example that I came out with today.
Okay.
I had a gentleman that emailed me and said, "Listen, I'm looking for a flattener for my scope."
Okay.
I said, "Cool." He said, "This is a flattener that I want. I want this flattener. It doesn't matter what it was. I don't want to give too much away if they're watching, but this is a flattener I want, and I want to put it on my Explore Scientific telescope." Well,
Okay.
at first he didn't tell me it was an Explore Scientific telescope. He said, "Hey, I want this flattener." I said, "Okay, well, what are you putting it on?" And I asked that first because I don't like selling people. There was a little questions before, and I knew that this person maybe didn't know everything about adapters and stuff like that, whatever the case may be. So, like, yeah, hey, what are you putting it on? Is there a reason why you want this one? Well, I want a 1.0 flattener, so I don't have to give up any focal length, blah blah blah. I got a 0.7 now, and I want some more reach. So I need the flattener, but I don't want to give up 200 millimeters or whatever focal length. All right.
Right.
Same boat as me. That's what I do. I don't like reducers. I hate them. I hate giving up the reach for you spend $3,000 on a telescope and you end up with a $1,500 telescope because you're getting a reducer. But whatever the case may be, it's like, all right, well, what do you got? He's like, yeah, I got the 3-inch focuser. And I said, oh, good. You updated to the new 3-inch focuser. Okay, but here's the deal. Blah, blah, blah. This and this. You need this adapter to fit that flattener, or else it's not going to work.
Okay.
After about 10 or 12 emails going back and forth, it turns out it's not a 3-inch focuser. It was a 3-inch focal reducer, which is the FFFR that comes with the, you could get with the Explore Scientific, but it's shut. It's on a 2.5-inch focuser, so there's an adapter in there already to adapt that flattener to the telescope. So I'm going back and forth. I said, listen, I just want to make sure you're getting the right thing because, I don't want to sell you something you can't use.
Exactly.
So going back and forth, and I spoke to my friends, Tyler over at Explore Scientific, trying to get thread sizes for Explore Scientific focusers.
Okay.
Can I tell you, everybody, I want everybody to stop right now, go to the Explore Scientific website and tell me what the thread size is on the FOC3 focuser. I want everybody to go and see if you can find it. Go ahead. Just take 2 seconds and go see. Go see if you can. And no Googling, no nothing. Go to where you would normally go and see if you can find it. See if you can find it anywhere. As a matter of fact, I don't care if you Google it. Go right ahead. See if you can find it.
And what is it?
It's the model number is the FOC3, like Folk 3 from Explore Scientific.
Okay. The self-centering focuser.
Yep.
Okay.
Now tell me what the thread
And
size is.
draw tube thread is M82 by 1 1/4.
Okay. Now go
uh-huh.
to the focal, the FFFR. Tell me what the thread size is for that.
Okay, we talking about the FFFR
507,
reducer,
whatever.
right?
Yeah.
It gives me the diameter and the height. It says it fits. Thread attachment is for a 2.5 hex focuser.
Right. Okay. Now
Which
you
comes
now you
on
get to the
the-
adapter, right? You get to the adapter part, right? So now give me the
Yeah.
thread to the adapter. There's no thread sizes anywhere.
The adapter is
Whatever it is, 607, I think is the last. If I remember right.
yeah, the FFR. I don't see
2.5.
anything.
No, there's nothing there. So now one side's M82, right? So you want it,
Yeah.
if you just get a flattener that's M82. But here's the thing. After a bunch of emails going back and forth, it turns out that he doesn't have the FOC3. He has a 2.5 hex that's stock in the 127. So now we got to go back, find out the thread size in the 2.5, right? That was actually easy to find. I just Googled it. It came out. It's M68. That was easy to find. So now we just need to find an M68 threaded flattener, right? 1.0. No problem. And you know what? Getting adapters from 68 to 63 is really not a hard thing to find. That's pretty standard. So you could even get that. So now we know which focuser we have. So it's real important to know your equipment, I guess is what I'm getting at, and know what you have before you start telling people what you need, because it's just a waste of time bouncing back and forth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, because he has the 102, right?
127.
Oh, yeah, the 127. Yeah, because I'm looking here. Yeah. This one is okay. That's an F5 to F7. Yeah, that one's not gonna fit.
Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
it's confused. Yeah, it's off.
So I mean, I love Explore Scientific scopes. I think they're really nice. They're really good. I've used them for years, but I'm kind of disappointed on their specifications tab on their website because there's really not a lot there.
Well, this may be something we need to bring up to Scott, or
Yeah. I
or
will.
his
I will.
team.
I already brought it up to Tyler. I'm like, Tyler, what are you doing?
There you
Fix
go.
this.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, is Tyler back with Explorer?
no, but he's in the background, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
he works for Alpin Optics, which is a sporting optics part of Explore. So
Gotcha.
So yeah. but I just think it's when you're having somebody troubleshoot for you, I think it's just everybody needs to know what you have and ask the right questions and give the right information, so we're able to kind of troubleshoot
Yeah.
and help each other's out.
So yeah, so at least this way, maybe you can avoid needing to go like maybe to precise parts or stuff like
Yeah.
that. You can avoid that.
I mean, I literally have an M68 to 63 adapter from my old 127 that I used to get my 1.0. It wasn't the one that he was buying, but it's still an M63, 63.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
the 68 to 63 is pretty standard, but but it is what it is. I just think
it is what it is.
flatteners are a very tricky thing, especially if you don't know, if you're new to the hobby, or you kind of you're good with it, but you're not great with it, and you're just looking for more information, or maybe maybe it's just sometimes things over email are misconstrued too. So I
Right.
mean, there's a bunch of things in there. The guy that I was talking to seemed like he knew what he was talking about, but I just think the lines of communication, maybe I wasn't asking the right questions and he wasn't giving the right answers, a combo of both. But it's really super important, and really put a light bulb in my head, because you and I both do IT. It's like, yeah, it's the same crap. You gotta be logical on the questions, and you gotta be especially when you're dealing with optics, it's becoming more and more important to do that.
Yes.
So
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. Yeah, I will I'll agree with you, David. That's one of the reasons, just for me personally, why when it comes to refractors, I tend to lean towards William Optics. Not to say that I have used Explore Scientific telescopes and they're fantastic. It's just a personal preference, just like anything else.
Yep.
Some people may like, like Stellar View or Takahashi or, or AP. It's just for me. Since I got started with William Optics thanks to Trevor Jones, and him introducing me during his videos to William Optics, I've used them and I've trusted them. I've had 4 of them so far. And at some point, maybe they'll bring out a longer focal length Pleiades type, WIFR scope with a longer focal length. It would be nice to have
WIFD, yeah.
WIFD, thank you. It'd be nice to have like a 126 millimeter, style scope like that. I'd be very curious if maybe they'll bring that out. You never know, because right now they're doing this much smaller, Pleiades. I believe it's a 68 millimeter, which gives actually it's a wide field. I mean, that sucker's got to be around 240 mil focal length. It's crazy. But because the Cat series is around that same.
Yep.
But I like that internal focuser. It looks really, that internal focusing design, that looks really, really cool to help deal with vignetting and everything like that. What happened?
I got it. I just hit the wrong button.
So you hit the wrong button. You hit the wrong button.
Hit the wrong button.
So yeah. And it's just just working with those scopes, despite Trevor, he did introduce me to that, but you may still make your own choices. You can go and take his suggestions and things like that, or you can go on your own and do your own research. I still did my own research, but I got my first William Optics, the Gran Turismo 71, which was a fantastic entry-level scope, which I highly recommend if you're looking for a very small scope to get started with for astrophotography. They come with kits that include a field, the field flattener and reducer and stuff like that. That's under $1,000. I think they're fantastic, scopes, lightweight scopes. But anyway, getting back away from that, it just depends. You have to do your research and do your due diligence to put and find out, working with the manufacturers, sometimes like Explore Scientific, to make sure when you're going to target a specific type of telescope, make sure you ask the right questions, and hopefully the technician or sales rep that's working with you are going to ask you the right questions on what are you going to do with it, what do you plan to do with it, and are you interested in a reducer, or just you want to have a flat field, and making sure they give you a quote or the information to make sure you get the right pieces. So when you come to a reseller like AstroWorld Telescopes, you can say, hey, Dan, I worked with, Explore Scientific. We've got all the pieces. This is what they say all I need. And then I want to place my order.
Yeah.
And there you go.
I just want to hit on something. I think Rafa was talking about a video about Trevor Jones and his I believe it was the Radian Raptor, whatever it was from OPT, that he put his video out on, and there was a scathing review of that video put out by somebody, I think, in Germany, about how he really didn't design it and everything and all that kind of stuff. Whether that's true or not, I gotta say that Trevor and what he's done for astrophotography and getting people to start, and starting with just DSLR, moving on to all the way up to his most recent one with the Sea Star. He's done a really massive job of doing everything. And you know what? Whether that whole thing is true or not, and what we know and what we don't is one thing. I think that the good that Trevor has done totally outnumbers what this may or may not be. So I just want to say that real quick. I appreciate what you're saying, Rafa. I really do. But I think in this aspect, I think it's more important to look at the good that he's done than it is the whatever the possible wonder that happened with that. So he's a really great guy too, and I met him twice. He's really cool. So
now, one thing is that we've been talking on and off a little bit about solar imaging and deciding on components and scopes and things
I got
like
this
that.
camera here for you, I think, somewhere.
I know.
Right there.
Yeah, just keep it there. It's coming. It's gonna get here. It ain't going nowhere. I'm getting it. But it's I'm getting that. You better not do anything with it.
I'll save it for you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I know. But one thing is with I was going through AstroBen, and I saw some really nice solar images by a gentleman. I don't recall his name.
Okay.
But he was using a very inexpensive but decent quality refractor. It was an SV Boni. Yeah. And they're really inexpensive. And to team that, and you can pair that up with, a Quark and a nice camera. And if you're doing it strictly for a particular type of astrophotography, because AstroViboni, they're not a big name, but they do have apochromatic, and they have doublets and stuff like that. And you can buy them on Amazon, yes, but for the price, and if you're just getting started, to get a 70 millimeter, refractor for $400, it's not a bad start. It's not, and you can buy other pieces with it. So I was looking at something like just for solar, I can spend $400 on that and save my FLT91, just keep it with my deep sky rig, and then at some point get a Quark and the Apollo that Dan's holding on for me here, that I'm going to get. And I think based off of the images that I saw, I thought they were pretty slick. So I want to see if I can even show what that was to give a bit of a perspective. Let me see here. Yeah. Here, I'll share this really quick. See. I mean, this gentleman, he was using a Quark with the SV48, which is a 90 millimeter, with the Apollo Mini with the Quark chromosphere. And he even installed an ERF, which is not a bad idea to have some sort of.
Well, with the Quark, you should have it. Yeah, you should definitely.
Yeah, some sort of energy reduction filter, which is basically, a UVIR. And I think that's a very nice image.
Yeah, that's an awesome image.
That's a really, really awesome solar image, And so for this whole thing, this was probably under 500. This whole thing was probably well under $2,000.
Yep.
To do this type of a setup is what I'm getting at.
The most expensive part was the Quark.
Yeah, the most expensive part was the Quark.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're interested in doing solar and you have a certain budget in mind, perhaps this is an option. Because I know we've been talking about this, so this is something I may be keeping my eye on.
Yep.
For me personally. So just wanted to share that.
Yeah, no, that's cool stuff. So that's right. The guy I met him twice, and I can't remember his name. The guy from the Narrowband channel, he uses SV Boney quite a bit too. That they brought that up. He uses that quite a bit, and he does a lot of work with those as well. So. Yeah,
Dave's saying here that the guy from the Narrowband channel, he uses those scopes and seems to like them.
Yeah, and
Charlie,
they have a little bit of.
That they do have some CA.
They have a little bit, but when you're dealing with solar, is CA really an issue?
CA is not an issue when you're dealing with solar.
A lot of people are using doublets, and a lot of people are doing monochrome and adding the false color to them. So I mean,
exactly.
I mean, is it really a make or break thing when you're doing solar? I mean, there really isn't a make or break thing. A lot of people use doublets in order to do that.
Yes. I mean, I had a Zenith Star 126 doublet from William Optics, and that gave me that had no none. I produced some really, really nice images with that doublet of like the Leo triplet and everything, and I had no CA off of that thing.
Yeah, I mean, again, I mean,
and I was using that with a one-shot color camera. So
okay.
But yeah, and to your point, but if you're doing mono, it doesn't matter. Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It just doesn't matter.
No, it does not matter. So yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, I think yesterday or maybe even Monday was my last night of clear skies for at least a week, maybe a week to 10 days. So I was able to get some images in. They're still in their infancy stages of post. I just integrated them within APP and moved them, and I have not even moved them into PI yet. So I'm looking forward to getting those done. So I kind of moved away from the witch head right now, but I will get back to it.
Okay.
But I did here, and I'll share my screen here again. And so here we are. And this is just straight out of still in APP. No, I have not done any stretching, nothing within PI, no Grax, no background extraction, nothing. This is straight out of APP. Of course, of M42 here. And this is the hydrogen. This is an HA RGB version that I'm working on right now. Let's see, can I make that a little bigger? And these were the LRGB of this was at 0 gain. And these are 60 seconds from the FLT91 and the 2600 mono.
Nice.
So we have here, I mean, what I'm going to end up doing is once it starts to clear up again, I mean, you can start seeing some of the trapezium in here.
Yep.
You can't see it all because
it's a little blown out. You maybe need a little bit of masking in there.
Yeah. So I'll probably do some masking, see what I can, figure out there. Or what I was actually thinking is cutting down the exposures, because this is all at 0 gain.
Okay.
Maybe go down to maybe 10 seconds.
Well, you could also do that HDM, and do that 10 seconds and 20 seconds and 40 seconds and kind of get that done,
Yeah. I mean, I can definitely do that. Of course, there is some haloing.
Yeah, I saw that. What is that, a filter there? Or is it, do you have a filter in there?
Yeah, these were of the this is LRGB. So, we've got filters. I've got the Optolong filters in here, but not all of them halo. It's just this one here.
Oh.
All the other ones, they don't have that problem. It's just this particular one. So just got to go back and maybe, like I said, I will cut down the exposure, because if this was 60 seconds and this is at f4.6,
okay,
then this is telling me I need to probably cut this down, if not to 10 seconds, maybe max 30 at the very most. But I'm thinking 10, start doing just 10-second stacks. Just do 10-second lights. Now, the hydrogen alpha, now that was at unity gain and 180 seconds. 3-minute lights of the hydrogen alpha and 60 seconds of the LRGB. So I think, I'm going to go back. And this is just one night. This is probably an hour.
I'm kind of concerned about that halo. I mean, I've done M42 quite a bit, and I have Optolong filters, and I don't get haloing like that.
Yeah. So I'm not. Yeah. So this did get me concerned, having this, because you can't. get rid of this. You really can't get rid of it.
Well, I mean, you can minimize. I think somebody threw
You
it
can
out in the
minimize
chat
it.
with the
Yeah.
Bill Blanchard's Star Halo pixel math actions.
Yeah.
But
So I'll have to see how it all looks, but to know how that is at 60-second stacks, and at zero gain, I think I may have to go down to 10, maybe 10 to 30 seconds, maybe
really,
10 seconds.
maybe your eyes are better than mine. I don't know. Everyone's saying they get it too, but I don't. I'm gonna have to look at
Yeah.
mine now.
Because I'm not getting, because like I don't get that really with any of my other stars. It's just the one here. So yeah, I'll definitely, when I throw this into Pix Insight, we will see how it all comes out.
You have
And
to
like I
look at
said,
my
this
M42 now.
this is just 1 hour of integration
Yeah.
of data with all of it, HA, RG, and B, and luminance.
Huh. Maybe I need to get
So-
back. I haven't taken images in so long that I got to get back out there.
And the other one was this was 2 nights. What is this? And of course, no background extraction yet or anything of M78.
Yep.
So once I'm able to, clean up the background extraction and get rid of some of these, the gradients and everything,
yep,
and get to work in it, I'm sure it'll be nice. So it brings up for me the question of workflow process, right? As far as what people do. And I'd love to hear how other people, you have this, but if you're not using APP, but you still have these 5 master lights, HA, LRG, and B, what do we start to do when it comes to working within Pix Insight after things are integrated? Especially, and it's also utilizing the new tools that are out there, right? Graxpert, the exterminators, the Bill Blanchard's scripts. How everybody does their post-processing different. So I'd be very curious if people would put, maybe put in the chat, how they start out, doing maybe a few of their initial steps and stuff like that. And I'm sure, and because I'm kind of curious to see, through the chat, how people differ, on their initial stuff, and how people are certain, maybe people are similar.
Eric, so what are you using? What focal length are you using for that shot?
I am using the reducer, so this is at 432. So this is at f4.6.
Nice. Okay. That's cool.
So yeah. So I figured and this is the same. So using the reducer. So I'd be curious to hear in the chat, maybe those initial steps of what people start out with, when it comes to their post-processing after they've run and they've completed their integration, whether it's APP, Deep Sky Stacker, or WBPP, what have you. I'd be interested to know how people may differ.
Well, I just had a thing with and Eric, you could close that out. I think he's still showing.
Let me minimize this, and let me just stop sharing here. Sorry, stop sharing.
No.
Here we go.
So yeah, I just was helping a gentleman with his he took the horse head the other night, and I don't know if I could bring it up real quick, because he is a a customer of AstroWorld's, and I figured I'd just show it real quick. Do I have it in Photoshop? I have one, and I kind of butchered the process a little bit, but let me just get.
Yeah, Rafa, gain 0 with M42 because it's such a bright nebula. That was the LRGB was all gain 0, and the HA was a gain. It was a unity gain 100. Now M78 was all unity gain 100. But yeah, when it comes to really bright nebula like that, and maybe even because I'm also working on the Pleiades, that may end up being gain 0 there as well.
Not only that, with the gain 0, you're able to take advantage of better dynamic range. So, I
Yes,
mean,
you are.
so that's definitely one of the other things. A lot of people do gain 0 on their images, not as a default. So it's not surprising to me. A lot of people say gain 0. What about 110 for this camera and 107 for this camera, and what's the offset and everything? You know what? Gain 0 gives you the best dynamic range in most cases. And to your point, Eric, with very super bright objects, you may want to drop it to that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I, with me using Nina now, I'm slowly, I'm actually saying I feel better. I'm actually getting a little bit more used to utilizing Nina, especially with the 3.0 beta version.
Yep.
And adding in all the different pieces within. I don't know if I have it up right now, or I can, when I get it to a point, we can even take a look at that. Movie and C viewer, and I can share quickly how, what I've been up to as far as working within Nina, how my progress has been coming, because that it's been one of those things that we're all, learning, or at least me, I've been learning for the longest.
I'm just trying to get these pictures up. Let's see. Ed. Save that.
Yeah, definitely, Tom. I agree with you. Yeah, when you're at gain 0, you have a much, much lower risk of blowing out your stars.
Yep.
Because it would take a lot more exposure time to blow out those stars. Yes, absolutely.
Well, let me show you this real quick. So this is a gentleman.
Tom, no, I actually, I don't touch my offset. I haven't really learned enough to say, oh, yeah, this offset works better than this one or that one or anything like that. So no, I've actually just left it at the default, which I believe the offset is 8 for the 2600.
So here you go. Here's the picture that was sent to me. And this is from a gentleman that's learning astrophotography, and you can see there's a lot of stuff going on here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is the horse head, and you could definitely see some. This is a, believe it or not, calibrated image of the Horsehead Nebula out of Deep Sky Stacker. Okay.
Okay.
Now he was asking me, you know, why it wasn't color, why, you know, because he's using a color camera. You know, so why wasn't all this stuff going on? Why does it look like that? You know, all the schmutziness around and
Sure.
all the stuff, and forget about the Allen attack halo. We all know that's going to be a problem, but I mean, you can see
Yeah.
there's some issues here. And this is somebody who literally, he doesn't have PixInsight. He hasn't done anything with it. He's working with free software and stuff like that. So he just got PixInsight, and he's like, Dan, I don't know what's going on. I said, well, send me your data. I don't have any data. It gives me a chance to kind of play around a little bit, and let me see what I could get out of it with PixInsight. You know, part of the issue was he didn't debayer the picture.
Right. Right.
That's the first biggest thing. So with every single camera that has a Bayer matrix, and all the color cameras do, you need to be able to assign those colors different channels, and you need to do what's called debayering in order to get a color image. And if you don't do that, Deep Sky Stacker does have an option to debayer, but he didn't
Yes.
have it checked at this point. So
Right.
after
Wow.
some
Look at his
things,
histogram.
what's that?
I'm looking at the histogram.
Look at it. It's
That
obviously
is
it's fat,
way.
but it's stretched. It's stretched incorrectly. It's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a mess. So after grabbing it and recalibrating everything and doing all that, I got something like this.
All right. All
And
right.
again, this and I'll show you what I did, because I did not do a lot. I didn't do a lot of craziness. I didn't do star extraction. I didn't do anything. But if you take a look and see, I mean, you could for those of you that are new to PixInsight, and I like going over this because I think it's a cool thing to go through. But you go to the wrote the History Explorer. You right click on the sidebar, and it'll tell you what you did to the picture, right?
Yeah.
It'll tell you exactly what I did. I
You want to
didn't.
drop the ticker for a second so
What's that?
everyone can see?
Oh, yeah.
You want to
Sorry,
drop
my
the
bad.
ticker?
Yep. And let me get rid of this, and there you go. So there's the History Explorer again, right?
Yep.
And you can see what I did. I did not do a lot. Usually my pictures have like probably closer to 20 things on there that I've done throughout the entire process. But I cropped it. I did some background. I did a color calibration. I did Blur X, Noise X. I stretched it. I did some curves, and I stretched it again.
You basically only used 7 modules.
That's it. That's it. That's all I did. And keep in mind also, this is 29 2-minute shots. This is only less than an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, just to see what you could do from a really not great sky in an hour is pretty cool. So,
It is.
you know,
Absolutely.
I did use in this area. I did use the game script,
Okay.
just to kind of mask the flame because of the
Mm-hmm.
difference. So
Yeah.
I did that. I don't even think. Do I have it? Yeah, I think I have the. Do I have the mask here? I might even deleted the mask. Oh no, there it is. There's the mask that I used, so you can see what I
Yep.
did with it. I masked the flame a little bit just to bring the flame colors out a little bit more, because it was very
Yeah.
white.
Oh,
It was very
put
white.
more focus. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you and you could go back in time on this. So if you want to go back to the first step, well, there's my dynamic crop step, right? And we would stretch it so we could see it, and that's what it looks like out of the stack. So
Mm-hmm.
that's step one. That's what it looked.
Yep.
So you could see the flame wasn't very vibrant. It was very kind of washed, kind of lame looking. Then you go into dynamic background extraction. And
Yeah.
that's all the placements of everything that I put. Moving on to color calibration. And then
Yep.
blur exterminator. Yep. Color calibration. Come on. Yeah, go away. Go away. Go away. All my
Yeah, you
things
probably
are,
have to get rid of
all my
DBE.
things are popping up on the other screen. So get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay. Then we go to the color calibration step.
Yep.
And we'll stretch it again. Right. So we can see what's going on. And again,
Yep.
this is a linear picture right now, so we haven't permanently stretched the image. So because it really looks like that. So
Yeah.
you want to make sure you
Yeah.
do a fake stretch on it so you can see what you're doing. Then we do blur X. I did blur X a little bit, and you'll watch on the tech. You'll see it kind of dim out a little bit. You'll see. And it's very, if you go into preview 1, you could just do actually you got to do it this way. And we'll do the history explorer. For those of you guys that don't know this, and you can go to blur X here and then go into preview 1, and I believe it's Control Shift Z and X. And I don't know if you could see it. It might be washed out on it's actually changing a little bit here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's very, very slight. And it brings it down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Russ needs to come out with an AI stretch. Nah. I mean, there's enough stretching tools. Yep. I mean, I'm actually thinking about trying GHS myself personally.
Yeah, the hyperbolic stretch. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try that on
and
these
then
next 2 images.
You could see the noise, right? Right. You can see the noise disappear with this blur exterminator. You can see the noise as it is right there, right?
Yeah.
Oh. Back to the noise exterminator step. There we go. Now it's gone.
And there it goes without, and then before and after. Yeah.
You know, and there it is before. There it is after.
Yeah, you can definitely see.
It's huge. And it's not, and the thing that's important to note is look at the stars here. Look at the star here and look at the star here. It's not doing any damage to the stars. A lot of people, when you're heavy-handed with the noise exterminator, it crunches the stars. It crunches them.
Yeah.
And it just makes them look fake. You don't see the halo around the stars that you really want to see. And then you just stretch it. And obviously we're stretching a fake stretch. So we're going to turn off the screen transfer function. We'll zoom out. Right. And then we could just go, I did a little bit of curves, did a little bit more curves, stretched it again, and I did another stretch. And that's what I ended up with. And again, this literally took me more time to explain it than actually to do it. I did this in about 10 minutes, maybe max. So it's really cool to kind of, just take someone else's data and play with it a little bit. I thought it was pretty cool.
One of the things that I need personally to add into my workflow, because like with AstroPixel Processor, the nice thing I like about AstroPixel Processor is the tabular or the steps. You do step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, right?
Right.
So it's very easy to follow from adding in your frame, all of your frames up till the integration. You do the star, you're doing the star calibration, the star analysis rather. You're doing calibration first, then you're doing star analysis, then you are doing you do the the registration, then you do the normalization, then finally you do the integration. Right? So it's basically 6 steps. And for some people, some people may be like this, some people have other different ways, but for me, myself, I like understanding basically going by steps, right? Here's step 1 through down. And when it comes to one of the things that I have a little bit of a struggle with Pix Insight still is knowing when to or when not to use mask and what type of mask to use. Right?
Okay.
So if I bring up my Pix, I'm gonna fire up my Pix Insight here.
Okay.
Just so you can see my icons. And I'm gonna just let it load here. I mean, there are certain parts, okay, yeah, I get, all right, this is where you use a mask. But then there are other parts I'm not so sure, you need a mask here, or you should utilize a mask here. So if I bring up my processes here and I bring up my process icons and load my process icons. All right, so I'm going to share my screen.
All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look-see.
Okay. So if you see my screen here, I'll hide this. And I will say everything probably here we can ignore. I'll just move that down. When it comes to contrast, I know that I need to do a range mask,
right?
Prior to doing contrast. But are there other spots in here that perhaps make sense or are necessary to say, hey, Eric, you need to do a mask here?
You still use
before
MMLT,
you go
man?
into
You gotta get
this
that
particular module.
Don't you? Yeah. Do you use MMLT still in the sharpness?
I'm sorry?
I see a sharpness icon under contrast.
Yeah.
That's MMLT, right?
Yeah, that's MLT.
Yeah. Do you still use that, or do you just use BlurX?
Right now, I'm just using BlurX.
Yeah. So, I mean, basically, the rule of thumb that I use as far as masks is, at least when I have data to actually do anything, whenever I just want a certain object to protect, and I'm thinking about you got to think about the consequences of the actions that you're doing. So, especially when you're doing curves and levels and any type of color, you may want to mask certain areas. Like if you're doing like an LHE, let's say.
LAG?
LHE, local histogram.
Oh, yeah.
Or what's the other one? The dark enhance script.
Okay.
Anything like that, where you want that stuff, where you want that POW, is where you really want it. So if you're using LHE and you're in a nebula, you just want LHE on the nebula. You don't want it on the stars. So maybe you do a mask and invert it so just the nebula gets the LHE. So you use an LHE mask.
Right.
Okay. Same thing with the stars. I mean, now, I mean, in all fairness, Star Exterminator kind of eliminated pretty much the star mask and all, because you can just take the stars out now very easily.
Yes, you can.
But it's really just to protect or let some process through to the picture and be very selective. So let's say, I don't know, you're doing the Andromeda Galaxy and you just want to get those dust lanes out. So you make a mask, and then you put it in there in a way that only affects the galaxy, and maybe even the smaller satellite galaxy, 31, 32, and 110. So
Mhm.
you sit there and you mask those galaxies and just let the process through and say, okay, you know what? I want to do blur X on the
Mhm.
galaxies. Do the mask, run blur X, and you're good.
So
Now,
you would do a mask prior to BlurX?
not all the time, because blur X is very smart.
Mhm.
Blur X is super smart. The AI on that is kind of sick. So, maybe if you just wanted to do some sharpening, or like the LHE, or when you're dealing very specific with parts of the picture that you don't want the rest of the parts to be screwed up, that's when you would
Right.
use a mask.
Right. Okay.
Does that make sense? I
Okay,
don't know
that's
if
good
I'm,
to know.
you
That's
know,
good to know. I still have trouble with saturation, understanding how to utilize saturation. I still do. That's why I use curves so much
yeah,
versus
when you go to curves, it's got a saturation toggle
yeah, because
on
it has the
that,
saturation right
and
there.
a hue toggle too. So I mean,
Yes.
they're both right there. So I mean, the thing that stinks about this sometimes is when you're doing. You got to be careful when you play with curves, because if you're doing curves on multiple levels,
Hmm.
like if you're doing a curve on saturation and hue, right? Let's just say, for example.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So now you got two curve lines on there, and maybe you don't like one of them, and then you save it. Then you got to go back, and you got to right click on this, and you got to do, you'll get rid of this anchor point and get rid of that anchor point. It's just very, very strange. So when you're doing it, just be
Yeah.
very careful.
Yeah. One thing I do like, and which I seem to like with, say, the game script, for example,
Yep.
is how you can manipulate to create your mask, um, based off of the different points you can set, and you can move it around a little bit to, maybe it seems like you can curve things and make things in a certain curve
Yep.
or in a certain shape that's not necessarily just like an oval shape, but off of an oblong shape, maybe just like an S type or anything like that. So, for example, if I go to here, and let me know this guy. Say if I wanted to just focus and enhance the saturation on this part of Bernard's loop,
Right.
I believe and if I had this in the game script, I could create a mask in a way using game script and using the different points
Yeah.
to
It's
kind of
it's a
shape
multi-point.
the multi-point.
Yep.
Thank you. To kind of shape this in a way that it's focused more on this space, right? Where I can protect everything else, perhaps, and just have, utilizing the game script, create that mask just for this odd type of it, this odd off shape, using those points, using that multi-point type
Yep.
of, and then it's just that, and I can then mask everything else, keep that protected. This is unprotected, and then boost maybe my saturation just in this area. Yeah, and it'll probably also deal with, you'll get the stars, maybe, perhaps, because it's all in there. But it'll be, but that's one of the things I like about the game script, and that's one thing I think also. Maybe it's the range script, not range script, but range
Range
mask,
mask. Yep.
or that you can utilize, by fuzziness or by blurring and
Yep.
smoothing and things like that. you can put more emphasis on a particular object, say like here, M78 itself, versus everything else.
Yep. A lot
You
of people
know.
are talking about the color masks and the color mask scripts as well.
Okay.
So
Color mask scripts, which is another. Let me kill this here because we're in infinity here.
when Doctor Who land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, games, you know, color mask, things like that. These are more things that as I and others you utilize Pix Insight a bit more
Yeah.
and you understand oh yeah, if you want to focus just on a particular color, yeah, then you have the color mask. And that will mask out everything but that particular range of color.
Yeah.
And you can increase the saturation on that without manipulating or damaging stars or anything else that's not, you know, in that particular color range, which is another
Hey,
thing that I have to
Sean
write
popped
down.
on.
Who did?
Sean.
Oh, hey, Sean. ACDNR.
Yep. ACDNR.
Okay. Has a great mask option too, which is great. And that's one, you know, I'm going to write that down here for,
Yep,
or
that's
even
one
add
of the
that to
beginning processes that Pix Insight came out with. That kind of like, it's great. It's an awesome you know, process, but it's just like it just made way for other processes eventually. You know, but it's still a great process. It works really well.
Okay.
Shorty boy.
I'm going to just create a icon for that.
Well, we do have some like last week's stuff to talk about that we didn't get a chance to do because I was at the Islander game, right?
Yeah.
We got a bunch of stuff. We booked
yeah.
a new guest. I spoke to Ron Breacher. I told him that it was time for him to come back on, so he's going to be back
Nice.
on in February. He'll be
Nice.
Sean's been lurking, but you know, Sean, time to get you back on too, my friend. You're on a lot though, so you get a little forgiveness. But so we got Nico coming up on January 10th, and then we got Maxi Falieres on the 17th. We got Adrian Bradley on the 25th, and then we got Ron Breacher on the 7th of February. So we're booked for January, and we're starting to book February. So pretty cool stuff. So, but that's gonna be good.
Awesome.
We got to do the last picture of the month, right?
We do.
And we
Yes,
got to
do.
do the picture of the week for last week too, or no?
Actually, if those who have not been on astroworldweb.com/IOTW, you would have seen I did post our winner of the week,
Oh my
our
goodness.
image of the week.
All right.
Just to keep things moving and not to keep everybody in suspense and stuff.
Just because
like that.
Dan screwed up the schedule, I get it. You know,
So I decided to at least post the winner of last week's image of the week already onto the website.
Let's see.
So I need to formally announce it.
Right,
Fine, I can formally announce it.
I will put it on the screen right now.
Yes, if you don't mind, put it on the screen.
I'll zoom in a little bit. There we go. And here we go. Quick play. Come on. There we go.
And our image of the week winner for last week, for December 15th, was Tom Peters' Heart Nebula.
And Tom just continues where he left off with the picture, the most pictures of the week for the 2022 season. Went to Tom at, I think, if I'm correct, at 8, I think 7 or 8. But nice. That's a great picture. Great Heart Nebula. Good detail. It's unbelievable. So
some
nice
very,
job.
very good. It's a very good detail.
Nice job. Nice job. All right.
So congratulations there, Tom, sir.
Rock and roll. There you go. And do you want to do? I know you're in pain, and I'm on medication. So I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
So yeah, let's
want to do
let's
picture of the
definitely
month?
let's go ahead and let's bring up
Let's take a.
um
You get the
image.
results ready, and I'll go through the. I'll go through who is there, right? So do we have this on here? So picture of the month, right? No, it's did you take it down?
Yeah, I did take it down.
Oh, you took it
because
down.
it
All right, I was
was
gonna.
yeah.
And that's this week's.
So
So if you haven't got, man, this is a nice horse head. Look at this. Who did this? This Dave Schaefer's horse head. This is for this week that we're in right now. So just
yes,
get on in there and vote for this stuff. So you got
that
Dave
was
Schaefer's horse head.
that's nice. That's quite nicely done. I mean, On Attack is very well managed there. Just
Look at that.
saying that, right?
Like almost no halo. I mean, you might be able to see it a little bit, but it's totally nice. So then you got Harold
all
Soto.
of these. I mean, you got Harold with M31, which I love.
M31.
The core is really, really well managed for both M31 and M110.
Yep. And then you got, what is that? Spider and the Fly.
Then you have and
by
then
Mark Ellis.
You have Mark Ellis's Spider and Fly Nebula.
There you go.
So
which one's the spider and which one's the fly? I don't know.
I'll let you guess.
I don't know. Get it.
Usually it's the smaller one is the fly.
I don't know. Maybe. But it looks like the spider's in the net, right? You know, and then the fly's kind of over here. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know. I don't get it.
But
this looks
I love
like
them.
This looks like
great.
a frog that's coming to eat both of them. but on that, it's the spider, the fly, and the frog. There you go.
Yeah.
But there you go. So let's hand it over to Eric, and let's take a look and see what pictures that we had for. Where are you, Eric?
Yeah, let me go here. So we had.
There we go.
So we only had 2 as far as our photos or contest, as far as we only had 2 entries. So I'll go ahead and share my screen here again.
I need more pills. I'm telling you.
And we had
looks like the Crescent.
Ernie Jacobs with his Crescent Nebula, NGC 6888.
Is that Ernie?
Yes, Ernie.
Okay.
And we had Mike with Merlot 15.
Okay. And this is for picture of the month, because the only reason why we had 2, I believe, because the other 2 already won picture of the month.
Already won. That is correct. That is correct. So our winner is for image of the month, and we had 70 votes.
Ooh, 7-0?
7-0.
Ooh,
70
nice.
votes.
I thought you said 17. 7-0.
Very nice. And our winner is.
Who's the winner?
Ernie.
Ernie Jacobs.
42 votes. Ernie Jacobs with the Crescent Nebula. So
right,
congratulations.
There you go.
Of the vote.
All right, so now I can put the calendar together, except for picture of the year, right? So
yes.
So we're gonna start taking votes, right?
And I'll get this. I'll get Ernie's into the carousel, and then we will build out the new list, and we can begin voting. So I will get to work on that.
I can get all these calendars to people's houses by February 1. Be nice.
Yeah.
So we already got 30
So-
sold. So
yeah. So congrats, Ernie. Hey, yep, first one, and you made it. You made it to the final round for Image of the Year.
there you go. Nice job, Ernie. Hey, listen, we're all hanging out. What do you need file wise? I need something decent. I don't care. You know, it's like maybe a super high res JPEG is fine. So, you know, good do the maximum JPEG is fine. But yeah, so well,
So nicely
nice.
well done.
Nice job, Ernie. Congrats. Congrats. Good to see you make it. So now you need to buy 5 more calendars. So just so you know. Any picture of the month winner needs to buy 5. So it's either that or you don't get in. No, just kidding. I'm kidding. Nice job, Ernie. Awesome. That is Jax. Jax is in the house. Nikon Jax.
Hey.
Sonia's in the house. Mikey, what's going on? I thought I saw Nathan in the chat. Gonna be cool. So it's gonna be a cool calendar. It's gonna be really nice. I'll probably sell it like I did last year till March 30, whatever, 31, April Fool's Day, something like that. We'll do that. So very, very cool. Also, we got 10 more days or 11 more days now. So who won the club winner? RASC Niagara won the donation for the AstroWorld donation from the sale of the Astropalooza shirts. The Astropalooza shirts will still be on sale. So if you're out there, Scott at Niagara, because he was the one that put them in. No, I didn't see the Isles lost. What happened? Those little jerk offs.
Oh,
What
boy.
happened? You know, it was 2-2. I don't know. With 5 minutes left, I must have missed it. But whatever the case may be, I'm still gonna sell the shirts. So Scott, if you're listening, because it's your club, tell your club to buy shirts because the more shirts they buy, it's like a donation for their club. So may as well buy a shirt, right? There you go. And we write a check for the RASC Niagara from the members of AstroWorld. So pretty cool. Chris, what's going on? Hey, you got all your stuff finally, right? Chris was the person that was waiting for the first ZWO shipment. So he got all of his stuff. Got all of his stuff. That's so I can't wait to see any pictures you take, Chris. So because he already takes good pics. So the final and overtime. All right, well they got a point against the Capitals, so I'll take a loss in overtime. I'm okay with that. And of course, it's an ex-Islander that beat them. Jerks. Let's see.
Oh, of course.
What's that?
No, you said the next Islander that beat them.
yes, Strom scored the overtime winner. What are you gonna do?
No, what are you gonna do? So.
Hey, listen. You know what? Not for nothing. We gave Washington a point, but we're still ahead of them in the standings because you suck. Sorry. I hope Dave's still out there listening to me.
You're killing me, bro.
Yeah, well, you know, you talk football, I talk hockey. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's it. It's all good.
I have a nice FU to Justin Jefferson again. So hate that guy. He tanked my.
He got hurt.
Tanked. He didn't get hurt. He had a tummy ache the last 2 weeks. Give me a break. That makes too much money to be hurt. Yeah, I'll show you. Let me see. I'll show you a picture. I sent all my Final Fantasy buddies here. Photo. There you go. There you go. How's that? Screw you and your Papa John's. Screw you. Anyway, it's I know Eric's on his pain pills and I'm on my allergy meds, and I think what do you think? You want to call it an evening?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I hope everybody understands. But I'm
You're right.
dealing with this.
I said Final Fantasy. I'm sorry, not fantasy football. I'm sorry. I said Final Fantasy.
Yeah. He's stuck on RPG.
I love my Final Fantasy. I love Final Fantasy X. It's the best one. Best one that they made was Final Fantasy X. I don't care what everyone says.
Oh, I love 16 though. I absolutely love Final Fantasy 16.
Isn't that the online one?
No, it's a solo play. It's total story driven. And
oh yeah, I gotta play it. I think I stopped it.
It's totally different than what it is in the back.
X2 was so bad. I kind of got a bad taste in my mouth. And I didn't do 11 or 12. I didn't do anything after that. So maybe I'll try 16. I haven't played it. But now
Tom, yes, I believe we are going to do a show on Friday. Yes, we will do a show on Friday.
It's interesting this year, Christmas and New Year's don't fall really kind of near the shows. So I don't think that I don't think we're gonna take it. I think we've taken enough time off, and I think we'll just let it roll into season 5. I don't know. Season 5 starts. When does season 5 start? What date? Season 5 starts January 3rd. Is season 5, episode 1.
Yep.
Somehow between now and then, I gotta get all the new graphics and stuff that I want to put together. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah.
So it's just like I said, but the back and everything. Apologies to everyone.
Your back, my nose.
I hope you guys can understand. You guys can understand.
They understand. We're people too,
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
But yeah, hopefully somebody's out there going to be able to get some imaging done over the next week and during the holiday, because here in the Midwest, it's nothing but clouds for at least the next 10 days.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be cool. Some things to look into, and I don't know. I haven't really spoke to Eric. Knows a little bit about it, but things to look for in season 5. Calling into the show and asking a question. That's gonna be on. It's gonna be through Skype, and it's gonna happen. I almost got all the kinks figured out. Corin was helping me out, but just remember, when we do this, don't use your speakerphone, please. So don't use the speakerphone. But that being said, that's going to be on, and we're going to be looking at different segments of shows, a little bit more pointed shows, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a work in progress. I'm sure they're going to be the off the rails type of stuff is going to happen. That's just who I am and who Eric is. And we just like to have fun, and we talk about astrophotography, and it's great. I'm not saying that, Sonia. I'm not saying that. Can't do that.
No,
I can't talk. My throat. I'm sorry. My throat is gone. All right, everybody. Well, Eric, final thoughts?
No, just again, thanks everybody for hanging out with us. Congratulations again to Tom, and as well as Ernie. I will be working on the image of the year.
Yep.
Voting this week. Hopes that should be set up by Friday, in time for Friday's shows to begin voting. And it's going to be kind of probably a short vote period. What are we thinking? Maybe 10 days, or what are you thinking, Dan?
Well, when are you going to get it up?
I'm thinking by Friday.
You're thinking by Friday. So let's do a full 2 weeks, and we'll do it
We
through
can do it for
till
2 weeks.
January 5th. And the January 5th show, we will release the picture of the year.
Works.
And Sean,
That's
if you're more than welcome to come and hang out on January 5th, because Sean has been the great guy that he is, that is donating an L Quad from Optalong as one of the premier prize for winning picture of the year. So
yeah.
pretty cool.
So,
And just
yep.
as a side note for everybody, and I know I said this a couple of shows ago, but if you know Hogarth, you know Hogarth passed away. And if you're interested in making a donation, AstroWorld already made $100 donation in the name of the members of AstroWorld to the GoFundMe page that Luca Manico started for Cancer UK research. So if you're interested and you want some information about it, please hit me up at dan@astroworldweb.com, or you could go search GoFundMe under Nigel Arnold, and that's his name. So feel free to go make a donation, and help out cancer research.
Yep. Absolutely. And yeah, but besides that, that's all I got. By the way, again, even though it's a day late, happy birthday to my sister Tracy. So hopefully she is enjoying, her birthday at home tonight. And love you. And we'll see each other very soon, I am sure. But besides that, everybody else, just have a great rest of the week. And we are looking forward to seeing everybody Friday.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Don't forget, congratulations to Ernie for his first picture of the month. Very, very cool. He's been a watcher for a long time. And don't forget to vote once Eric gets those picks. And call everybody. Tell your clubs. Tell everybody to vote. Please, let's keep it on legit. Don't, vote from 15 different cell phones and it's all you. But just, make sure that, we're all legit. Everybody's pretty good with being, the honor system and everything. We've been doing really good with it. Yeah. But let's just get as many votes. I'd love to see over 200 votes for the picture of the year. I would love to see 200 votes. So that is a target, 200 votes for picture of the year. So let's see if we can get that. So everybody take care. Enjoy your next 2 days. We'll see you Friday night. And remember, as always, to keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And we'll see you Friday night at 8 o'clock. Have a good night, everybody.
Absolutely. Have a good night, everybody. See you on Friday.